Welcome back to Turn the Antenna, everyone. Today, we are going to be talking about the bear. The Bear Season 3 left viewers with a cliffhanger of great proportion. The question, will Sydney sign the partnership agreement with Carmi and Sugar and become a co-owner of the Bear, or will she take Shapiro up on his offer of being partner and CDC of his brand new restaurant? Now, before I speak of the pros and cons, I must state an obvious fact that Sydney is thinking of leaving the Bear. If she was not, she would have never entertained Shapiro's offer by telling him that she would think about it. So here are Sydney's pros and cons of leaving the Bear, according to me. The first pro of leaving the Bear is culinary innovation. Carmi is a traditionalist with the allowances of very few variations in regards to the dishes that he creates, which can be great because it seems as though he has perfected all of the ensembles that he knows. The food that he makes, the presentation, the taste are all Michelin star. However, Sydney is clearly a curious mind, as she has on her resume, at least where culinary creations are concerned. Second pro, a diverse experience and training. Carmi has had the opportunity to train under a few of the culinary world's master chefs, borrowing techniques and inspirations from foreign and domestic mentors. Ultimately, a chef's ability to create enjoyable meals is the true judge of his greatness, but experience in different restaurants is the gaining of stripes. Each mentor, each kitchen brings new perspective and skill. Pro number 3, making a name for herself. Let's be honest, Sydney can hold her own in the kitchen with Carmi or any other chef for that matter. But though the Bear's success is a joint effort, its public acclaim showcases Carmi. Sydney doesn't look like the type that lives for the applause, but being publicly recognized for her talent and efforts would be nice. Pro number 4, respite from the in-house bickering. Despite the bond that everyone at the Bear shares, the bickering between characters in the kitchen got real repetitive and exhausting this season. When not getting in a few verbal tussles herself, Sydney seemed to be the designated ringmaster. The constant back and forth between Carmi and Cousin on what appeared to be a daily basis is obviously frustrating Sydney more so than it did before. There is nothing wrong with a difference of opinion between friends and coworkers, and I'm not saying that heads won't butt at Shapiro's new restaurant because we've all seen him in action. But the frequency at which the bickering happens at the Bear is just too much, especially when you're trying to get your work done. So in my opinion, a break from that would be welcomed and is a definite pro. Now the cons. But guess what? In my opinion, there is only one con: the loss of family. I know that in the job market, we're supposed to run for the hills when an employer says, we're all like family here. When describing non-related employees and the office culture. But in the Bear's case, they really are like family. The employees, owners at the Bear have each other's backs, and we cannot deny that. All of the positive aspects gained from a genuine family unit, Sydney would be losing if she left. So let's break it down. First, it would be stability and support and the room to make mistakes, right? I can't see her getting fired ever from the Bear. Even if she burns down the place, they would yell, argue, then comfort her and find a way to rebuild with her maintaining the same role she had before. And that leaves room for mistakes, the mistakes that we are all capable of. Secondly, true support in her professional and personal life. Lastly, the loss of Carmi. All of this is still under the loss of family, right? Carmi loves Sydney and Sydney loves Carmi. Whether you think or want that to be romantic or platonic, in this instance, it doesn't matter. They genuinely care about the other's well-being and have true affection for each other. They have professional chemistry. She anchors him and he makes her better at her craft. Even Richie! She stabbed him and called him a loser, but we all know Richie would knock heads when it comes to Sydney. Family, family, family. You can't replace that sort of loyalty and bond. So the loss of family / coworkers is definitely the con. And that's it. That's it. I hope that Sydney stays, but I hope that the show picks up the pace a little. The vibe and direction of the series has really changed. Though I'm here for the progress, I kind of miss the grit and working class feel of the first and even second season. And while we're here is my unpopular opinion. I think that the show's attempt at increasing the humor element has fallen a little short. They have drastically amped up the Three Stooges-esque bits through the facts in hopes to get the critics to simmer down their critiques about the show not being a comedy, but then competing in the Emmys comedy category. So I feel like the Three Stooges routines are meant to throw the critics a bone, but I do hope that they rein it in come season 4. I can't wait for the next season. I love this show and it's still my favorite series of the past 7 or so years. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think Sydney should do. Should she stay at the Bear or explore new waters with Shapiro? Tell me your thoughts in the comments section. Talk to you guys later. Bye.